Naples, Italy, 1980. The crowd stands in silence, eyes fixed on a small glass vial held aloft in the Naples Cathedral. Inside, the dark blood remains stubbornly solid. The faithful look on with great expectation. Every year, the miracle happens. The blood turns liquid, a sign of a saint's protection. But this time, nothing. The city holds its breath. Days later, the earth itself roars to life. In 1980, southern Italy was struck by the Irpinia earthquake, one of the deadliest in modern history. To the Neapolitans, there's no question. The failure of the miracle was the warning. Who is this saint whose very blood is said to predict the fate of a city? Why do the people of Naples turn to him not only for blessing, but for survival itself? To answer that, we must go back to the 3rd century, to the story of a bishop, a martyr, and a protector who has never stopped watching over his people, San Gennaro. It wasn't the first time. In 1527, the blood failed to liquefy, and soon after, plague swept through the city. In 1944, with Mount Vesuvius erupting, the miracle faltered. And in December of 2020, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, again, the vial remained dry. Each time, the people of Naples understood the message. Danger looms, and the city must turn to prayer. For centuries, this strange miracle, and the fear when it does not occur, has bound Naples to the memory of its saint. But who was San Gennaro? And why do the people of Naples believe he still holds their fate in his hands? San Gennaro, or Januarius, was the Bishop of Benevento in the early 4th century, a man of courage and faith in an age when Christians lived under constant threat. During the brutal persecutions of Emperor Diocletian, he risked his life to care for the faithful, visiting prisoners and strengthening those condemned to death. Eventually, he was arrested himself. With 6 companions, he was thrown to wild beasts in the amphitheater of Pozzuoli, yet the animals refused to attack them. Enraged, the governor ordered their execution by beheading around the year 305. The blood of Januarius was gathered by a devout woman, preserved in a vial that survives to this day. Over time, San Gennaro became more than a martyr. He became the protector of Naples, a city battered by earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, plagues, and wars. His relics were enshrined in the great cathedral, and devotion to him spread across every corner of the city. Beneath Naples, his name is also tied to the catacombs of San Gennaro, an underground labyrinth of tombs and frescoes dating back to the earliest centuries of Christianity. For years, however, these sacred catacombs were neglected, even controlled by the Camorra, Naples' notorious criminal organization. Locals and tourists avoided the site, and the memory of the saint's resting place was overshadowed by fear. But in recent years, that has changed. Thanks to community projects and the church, the catacombs have been reclaimed, restored, and reopened. Today, pilgrims and visitors alike can walk through the underground chambers where faith and history meet, experiencing firsthand the enduring legacy of San Gennaro. In both the cathedral above and the catacombs below, the saint's presence continues to define the city. For Neapolitans, San Gennaro is not a distant historical figure. He is their guardian, their intercessor, and their protector. The liquefaction of the saint's blood is not a single event, but a tradition repeated 3 times each year. On September 19th, the feast of San Gennaro, the vial is brought out before the faithful in Naples Cathedral. On December 16th, the miracle is sought again, recalling the saint's protection of the city during the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 1631. And on the first Saturday in May, the ritual is performed once more, commemorating the transfer of his relics from Pozzuoli to Naples. Each time, the faithful crowd into the cathedral, holding their breath as the archbishop lifts the vial to see if the dark, solid blood has become liquid once more. To this day, scientists have never fully explained the phenomenon. Even popes have witnessed the miracle. In 2015, Pope Francis himself held a vial in Naples. The blood loosened, but only partially liquefied. An unusual outcome. Was it still a blessing? Was it a warning? Or something else entirely? For the people of Naples, the meaning is always serious. For you, the viewer, perhaps, the question is more personal. What does it mean when faith, mystery, and science collide before your very eyes? The Church does not force an answer. You're invited to draw your own conclusions. More than 1700 years after his martyrdom, San Gennaro still holds Naples in his embrace. His name is invoked in times of danger, his feast is celebrated with devotion and joy, and his blood remains a mystery that binds science, history, and faith together. But his legacy is not confined to Naples. Across the ocean in New York City's Little Italy, the Feast of San Gennaro has become one of the largest Italian-American celebrations in the United States. What began in 1926 as a small gathering of immigrants honoring their patron saint has grown into an annual festival that fills Mulberry Street with processions, music, food, and devotion. For the Italian community in America, it is more than a street fair. It is a way of keeping alive the faith and traditions they carried from Naples. For the people of Naples and for Italians around the world, San Gennaro is not just a saint, he's family. A bishop, a martyr, and a protector who has never stopped interceding for his people. And as long as the miracle continues, Naples and even Little Italy will never forget that their faith is intertwined with the blood of San Gennaro. But what do you think? Is the liquefaction of San Gennaro's blood a true miracle or a mystery waiting for science to unlock? Do you believe the failures of the miracle really foreshadow disaster? Or are they coincidences woven into legend? If you found this story fascinating, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who loves history and faith, and subscribe to the channel for more stories of saints, miracles, and mysteries from the past that still shape our world today.